Hey guys, my name is Veronica Sixtos and I'm 23 and I'm an actress and a musician. I've always my dad always used to say that I had music in my soul because I was constantly humming these tunes that never were an actual song. It was just me making up these melodies in my head. And when I was 16, I was in summer school and I hated it. And I was checking out this boy that was in my physical ed class. Of course it was PE. And I thought he was really cute, and he was telling everybody that he was doing guitar lessons. So I was like, I want to learn how to play the guitar. So I took like 2 lessons with him. Turns out I loved the guitar, and he's no longer in my life. But no, I fell in love with it, and it really opened up a huge musical world for me, because then I was able to create these songs. So yeah, I'm a singer-songwriter guitarist, and that's kind of how it happened. Well, currently it's kind of hard for me to establish priorities. Acting, it has always come first because I'm most experienced with that. I've been doing it since I was 12, and it pays. So when I get an audition, I've got to drop everything. That's kind of how I've been doing it. And now that I've decided to become a professional musician, I have to kind of re-establish my priorities. So I'm doing it through YouTube with getting fans and kind of getting my music out there. And so I have to commit to making sure that I'm consistent with uploads and cover songs every week. And sometimes that can be conflicting with auditions. But I'm actually in the process of figuring it out and figuring out how to balance it all. Make sure that you actually love it. Because if I hadn't loved playing the guitar, I probably wouldn't have practiced every day. I just had a spark, and I loved making songs, so I just spent hours and hours a day in my room practicing. But really, and I'm self-taught, so it just takes a ton of practice and love for it, most of all, I think. Well, actually, it's kind of somewhat of a dilemma. It's just like a very minor dilemma because, well, when I started my channel, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with it, and I had always done original music and I didn't really have a repertoire of cover songs until I started doing covers on YouTube. Because of copyright issues, I wasn't able to really share my original music as much as I wanted to. So, and I had also heard that the best way to kind of build a fan base is to start with covers. So I started learning covers, and I just started doing the ones that I liked, and then I started getting requests from my fans, and so I started doing requests. But then I started realizing, well, if I want my channel to continue to grow fast, then I need to start doing the more mainstream songs. And so for a while I was doing mainstream, top 10 on the Billboard chart kind of thing. And I was starting to generate a lot of attention from that, but then I started to kind of lose my spark for it because these are just pop songs and they're not exactly what I would like to do. So now I'm kind of going back, pulling back, and going through requests and seeing which ones I want to do of the requests. So I'm just kind of still trying to figure it out. I use my emotion in my music. I always have. It's always, whenever I've written a song, it's come from emotion, come from my heart, come from my soul. And so when I'm in front of the camera and I know a bunch of people are going to be watching, I try to just zone into the camera as if it's a person, and I try to be as honest and as authentic as I can. So I get a lot from people saying that, oh, I felt something, I feel I've wanted to cry, or I felt so much more emotion from you. And that's really what reaches out to people, and it moves them. And so with acting, I have always learned how to access your emotions and be open and willing to be raw in front of other people, and that has definitely helped me with music. Music is healing. It is. It's just, I mean, I feel like, I've never heard anybody say they don't like music, but I feel like the good music, the good kind that has substance, it has the potential to change people's moods and even more change people's minds. And you know, when you have a favorite artist who uplifts you and helps you get through stuff, I think that's amazing. And I want to do that. I want to continue to do that for people too. With other artists, like actors and musicians, I haven't always had like one person that I just love and I idolize. I've never put posters on my wall and just wanted to be like that person. Tom York was kind of one of the first musicians that I noticed because of how different and strange he was, and also how beautiful his voice is. I listen to Pink Floyd a lot, and I like that experimental kind of bold art, and so I just kind of started to do that myself when I was creating music. Just completely let go and just zen out and just write whatever I'm feeling, and that really helped me. But these days, the two people that I admire the most, Jennifer Lawrence, she's around my age and she's incredibly successful, and she presents herself as herself in every setting. She's just so natural and honest and just kind of blunt, and I love that about her, and it just makes her so unique, and I just love her acting. She's such an amazing actress. And then the other one is Taylor Swift. I don't personally listen to her music, to be honest, but I admire her ability to influence her fans in a very positive way, and she's also very strong when she stands up for herself. She doesn't let the record label or anybody just change who she is, and I've noticed that does happen to a lot of musical artists. Once they have their songs on the radio, they kind of just have to mold, they have to be molded into what everybody else wants them to be, and I feel like she doesn't do that. She writes all of her own music. If she ever has a team of writers with her, she comes in with a book full of lyrics, full of song ideas already. She doesn't want to perform other people's work. It has to be her own. So I really respect that. Beyond music and acting and fame and just all of that, I want to be remembered for the way that I can relate to people. I want people to think of me and think of my music and feel something like a connection, like a human connection. What I really truly want is just for people to feel understood and comforted when they hear my music. I'm currently in the process of creating an EP, a little mini album of 5 original songs, and it's kind of been a long time coming, but I would love to finish that EP, make a music video, or 2, maybe 5. That would be amazing if I could do that in 1 year, but at least 1 music video, and I would like to be able to share my original music across the globe. If I can do that in 1 year, I definitely would feel very accomplished. Also, I would like to be completely financially stable just by doing my art, with acting and with music. So that if I could do that, that would be fantastic. If I was a book, I would be Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. I read that book when I was like 19, and it seriously changed my life. I remember going to sleep feeling so excited about life. But most of all, what really just like stood out to me was how much I felt understood by Elizabeth Gilbert, because it's a memoir. And so I just felt like the author was talking to me. I would like to thank all of my subscribers, but within my subscribers, my real diehard fans, the ones that have been there since the beginning of my channel, and also the new ones that just absolutely love my content. Without you, I don't know, I feel like I've developed so much over the past year with this channel, with you guys watching. And if I didn't have an audience, it wouldn't be the same. And I feel like I've just kind of, developed more as a person. And especially with presenting myself in front of people and overcoming the fear of being rejected. And I'm still overcoming it, but without you guys, I would probably still be a few steps back. So thank you for that. If you guys want to subscribe to my channel, you can check me out. The name of my channel is just Veronica Sixtos, so you can even Google it. I'm pretty sure that's the first thing that comes up, so you can find me that way. And then you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I also want to give a special thanks to Taylor Bradley for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this little project. So that's awesome, and it's a great experience for me to keep practicing and being in front of the camera and interviews and stuff like that. This weekend I'm going to be doing red carpet events and going to do press junkets and stuff like that, so I need to get as comfortable as possible in front of the camera doing this kind of thing. So, Ryan Wright, I'd love to give a thank you to you, because without you I just wouldn't be here where I am right now, and I really appreciate you 100%.